Markets crashed, Jasmy down, and everybody is freaking out. Well, I'm here to tell you not to. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Jasmy. Should you be worried? Why is the market down? And ultimately, what's the long-term strategy when it comes to Jasmy? So make sure you subscribe. Let's get into it. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you stay up to date with everything going on in cryptocurrency in this bull market. Now, we've been covering Jasmy quite some time, and it definitely feels appropriate right now to understand exactly what's going on. We've been riding this crest of absolute explosion in terms of price, but we see a significant cool down, not just in Jasmy, but the actual overall cryptocurrency market. We broke all-time high today, $69,364, and then a heavy correction on the back of it. So when we take a look at the global market cap, still at a $2.32 trillion market cap. You can see they're 6.7% down on the day, and our volume absolutely astronomical, around $244 billion. That is getting up to some of the all-time high bull run 2021 volume. But you can see Bitcoin hovering around 63.7. That's a significant pullback of over $6,000 from the all-time high. But as we come down the list, you'll see a lot of red. But when we get down to the 89th highest ranked cryptocurrency is jasmycoin, sitting currently at a 2178 price point, down about 7.5%. Now, this continues a couple of days of pullbacks when it comes to Jasmy, but if you understand the fundamentals of the market, and I guess where we've been going, just see there the absolute explosion in price that we have got. Now, our volume around $500 million, and our market cap just hovering above that $1.07 billion market cap. Now, fundamentally, we have seen an absolute explosion on Jasmy, less so as we move towards the Bitcoin halving, and this is why I'm not particularly worried. I think we have to see a correction in the market. There has to be a cooling. Likewise, we actually saw some outflows once again from Grayscale, about $550 million exiting that ETF, and we actually saw some significant selling coming out of iShares, or that BlackRock ETF, not to the same extent. However, people absolutely positioning themselves. We saw some more issues with Coinbase, etc., etc. But when you look at the fundamentals with Jasmy, and we talk a little bit about partnerships they have, you can see here one of the key clients of the Nishimura Ashi law firm is Jasmy, and they really are setting themselves up for a core fundamental business and operational company in this upcoming bull run and further on, given everything they're trying to do. We actually were listening to a podcast earlier on out of Saudi Arabia where they were talking specifically about AI and actually how AI operates. If you think about that, it is all driven by data. Your data, my data, and everyone else's. So Jasmy, important, and it fundamentally sits in a number of these big clients, as what they're trying to do completely does shift the narrative. Now, obviously, everyone is expecting another rally, not necessarily even from the technicals, but we obviously know Q4 lockup's going to come. We obviously know the Bitcoin halving is coming as well, and people still are incredibly bullish on Jasmy. If we take a look just on the chart analysis, you can see there's such a huge correction on Bitcoin, dropping off that all-time high and then absolutely dumping. We're on the 4-hour chart here. So you can see it did break in that top end Bollinger Band with a massive then correction, breaking through the 50-day exponential moving average and bottoming out around 57,000. I always talk about this on my show, that it's important to have order points, auditors, so you can pick up some cheap bargains, equally DCA in a project if you're looking to pick up a better bag. Now, what does that mean? Ultimately, we know that people have FOMO'd into Jasmy, and I'm kind of here just to tell you a little bit about what you do now and what I'm doing, and I think is really important. So if we take a look at Jasmy, currently doing a very similar story, however, bottomed out at that 1498 range after hitting that kind of absolute send around the 273, so a significant pullback. And if you look in terms of a percentage, what does that look like? It's actually a heavy correction when it comes to Jasmy, of around 40% from where we were. And this is the kind of craziness of a bull market, and we've talked about this. You see these huge corrections, people making a ton of money on projects, absolutely going to the moon, shift it into, I guess, more stable assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many others. And we'll see this. That doesn't mean that Jasmy isn't primed for another move. That doesn't mean that we're not going to see another move. And ultimately, it doesn't mean that we aren't just getting set up for that big push again. So you can see Jasmy with a big move to the upside, as we've seen now for the last few days. And if you were to put a line in that, it gives you a real sentiment of ultimately where we're going, and I guess where that kind of big break underneath was. Now, the key point right now is if we can break back above and equally hold on this 50-day exponential moving average, that's a very good sign for Jasmy, a very bullish sign as we move up. Likewise, if you were to take the fib bottom to top, it gives you a real sentiment of where we are at the critical 236 line. Are we going to see the break above? You can see we came down, retested the 618 with a bounce back to the upside. So good news. Lots of indicators showing some real positive sentiment. We talk a little bit about MACD starting to come back to the other side. So don't expect this to explode in the short term, but we definitely are starting to push back and definitely giving us a strong momentum, as is the RSI as well. So in the next 24 hours, if the market continues to move with us, we could see a very strong move coming on the back of this. And remember, corrections are good news. It allows people to pick up positions. Your opportunity, if you're bullish long-term on any project, not necessarily just Jasmy, but ultimately gives you an opportunity if you did make that decision and FOMO in at a higher price. If you did get in at a big all-time high move, well, you've had the opportunity to bring your dollar cost average down, bring your initial break-even price down. Jasmy in the long run has got so many things going for it, fundamental core utilities, as well as hardware, business partnerships, and many more. It's hard not to be incredibly bullish on Jasmy and ultimately giving us the opportunity to grab it at a slightly cheaper price. However, let me know in the comments down below, where did you buy your Jasmy? Are you just riding the wave? Did you buy in that big FOMO push-up or not? Let me know, as always, in the comments, and thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It truly does help out the channel, and let's see what Jasmy does in the next 24 hours. See you soon. Bye-bye.